Oh, but is that a good idea though to do that? It might be dangerous to face him in the court because the guy has money. He can buy people in the court. And then he would easily win this case. I'll only be able to progress that once I gather enough evidence to pin this bastard down. Well, of course, that's what we need to do. We need to find strong evidence that he is not a good guy.
Welcome one and all to our humble abode. Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are all ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen, if you would excuse my presumptuousness. So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses as we only allowed the best to be served. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone!
Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone! Suppressing my annoyance, I prepare to step away from the crowd that has gathered around him. Amidst the cheers and claps, now is a good time. Now is as good a time as any to move. Try to find that something the Mechalom woman talked about. Oh! Of course! The dungeon under the house. Because there is a dungeon under the mansion. In the first place, I have no plans to actually shake hands with the slime ball himself. Draco Malfoy's reincarnation? Yeah, but Draco Malfoy wasn't that, you know, that classy. That guy is like, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Love me, gives me gifts. You know? A fake smile is plastered on my face while I pretend to listen to one of the other guests gossiping about him. All while slowly inching out of the ballroom. Oh, unfortunately, before I can get any further, the old drama starts. Of course.
Are you feeling ill, Rochelle?
Rochelle.
Perhaps you need to sit down and...
Rich people only have two ways to resolve their mess. Either they quietly deal with it behind closed doors, or they create an even greater problem out of it and it just blows up in everybody's face one way or another. Becomes a chaotic wreck involving the media and every muckraker the story will reach. Fun.
No! Shut it, you monster! I ain't talking to you! I'm talking to this scumbag over here!
To this scumbag over here!
You bloody bastard standing there with your smarmy smile!
Not even a few seconds in and this is already proving itself to be a big public spectacle. Why spend money on the television to buy daytime soap operas? You can just go to one of these and see the action unfold in real life. You get free food too. Really, if I were an actual guest, I'd just take this as some sordid form of amusement.
Watch your tongue! You're on thin ice, Rochelle!
Watch your tongue! I like his voice.
Where's your husband? Who even invited you?
You. But I'm not a guest who's here for a good time. I need to focus on him. Every mistake he might make or words he might accidentally spill, even through this whole story tale. Hell, although I've lost my chance because of this, the whole thing might still tell me something that will turn into a breakthrough for the case. This may just be what I need really, instead of trying to sneak about. Odds are, security is all the tighter now. The guards are on the edge for any person who will try to take advantage of this. Damn, I should have left half an hour in. Still, if nothing from this, well shit, back to square one. Time to head back to where Shirley is and start thinking of my other options. Who use staying longer if there is not anything. For now I wait, listen and observe. Interesting, isn't it though? That's the chief inspector's wife. Oh, it might be a good time to interrogate the chief's wife. The morning after starts off quiet. With the commotion from the night before, it's a little too surprising having to wake up this well rested. Even the whole of Selenwell residence seems unusually still. The open hallway when I step out for a stretch, devoid of tenants out for the usual morning sweep of the grounds. No sounds coming from the other units either, or signs of other people just waking up. It's almost as if something's brewing on the horizon. A peaceful night's sleep still does wonders for the mood though. I have Rebecca's unbelievably comfortable couch to thank for that, I guess. No offense meant to Zach's couch, of course it really is cozy, comparatively speaking. I can't even remember the last time I slept without anything urgent interrupting. It's a nice break from all the bad news lately. If it's not for the intermittent buzzing from my pocket waking me up, I'll readily sleep in, just to catch a few extra minutes of shut-eye, but I thought he doesn't use his cell phone though. The ringing has stopped before I can move somewhere private, but sleep has also been effectively kicked out of my system by then. Pity. I can use a little more rest until I have to face the other storm I've created last night. Of course, I hold Rebecca in expectation. It doesn't matter if it's the whole truth or another hastily spun tale, although I have not really figured out the what and the how part yet. Unlike Zach and Isabella, who don't usually ask further questions and are content with what little I can share, Rebecca's rather quick on the trigger. Those Nancy Blue games we used to play as children, she's taken well to them. Oh, Nancy Blue! Is that, are there games on Steam of Nancy Blue? Or is it Nancy Drake? I'm not sure, I don't remember. Not to the same degree as I have, but still keen enough to figure things out. It would have to be set aside for later though. A second, soon my phone rings again, cutting off the rest of my thoughts.
Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie.
Yeah.
I'm a cool dude, pretty fly for an Asian guy. Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe
Chief
City.
Inspector Lee's name flashes on the screen.
Can't beat me. Looking
Sad.
for trouble? Better not
It would have been
lie.
nice to just chill after last night, or maybe have listened to the news. Sure, it's the same thing we've been hearing lately. Still be standing outside in the shitty Luxburn money on phone with my boss. Singing, sighing, I answered it, if only to get it over with. To hear him so grumpy, however. Now that's something I have not expected from him at this hour.
Ray, where are you right now?
Ah, shit. Sounds like someone got a few drinks last night and is suffering for it in the morning. Just thinking about how this will go gives me a headache. Immediately, I reach up a hand and pinch the bridge of my nose to stave it off.
This is why I won't ever drink myself senseless.
What was that?
What was that?
Nothing, Chief. A pleasant morning to you too.
He's probably calling to rag on me or complain about what happened with his wife. Yeah, probably. Which is really none of my business, unless it affects my case. Seems like the usual rich man cheats on wife deal. Although, I would have chosen to follow up on it, if it were somebody else's wife. But figuring it's the chief's wife, I trust to come clean if the missus is related to the right shadings dealings. This is why I left before they even hauled the woman out last night. I'm not going to go around investigating cheating husbands and wives, when it's probably just that. Chief appears to have a different idea in mind though.
There's nothing pleasant in the morning. Anyway, where are you? I told you millions of times before to keep your lines open.
He did, and not only him. Zach, Rebecca, Isabella, and all of them have said the same thing numerous times in the past. But I was undercover last night. A phone call is the last thing I want to happen when there are other things I need to focus on at the time. Besides, we have the radios and the work-issued phones. Why isn't he calling me through those if this is
Just
urgent?
woke up, sir. As awesome as it is to hear your voice this morning, it really is early. If you could give me a few minutes just to wake myself up, that'd be swell.
No.
No need for
Is something wrong? Am I needed at the precinct ASAP?
Oh no, everything's good over there. Just look, kid. Frey. Don't take this personally, alright?
What?
You're off the Luxborn firm case. Starting today.
What? You can't do that! Not to me! I did not expect to hear that either. This must be some kind of cosmic joke. I allow some awkward seconds to pass. Chief must be pulling another one of his awful pranks. Out of his bad mood or a severe hangover maybe. That conclusion doesn't take too much brain power. Everyone knows that when given the chance, he exercises no control with his drinking. I bet that Luke Wright saw him at the party and then forced the chief to take us out of the case. Maybe. If this is not for his wife causing a stir, it'll probably be trashed an hour in at the party. He has likely drank more after they've thrown her out of the ballroom. Besides, his sense of humor has never been good. It's just infuriating most of the time. But when he doesn't follow it up, if I sound a tiny bit frustrated speaking to my own superior, I'm not the one to blame.
Wait, no. What? Are you kidding, Chief?
Yeah, are you kidding, Chief?
Is this one of your practical jokes again? The temps won't say anything about it, but
It's not that. They're orders. From the higher-ups.
I feel like it's because of Luke. The higher-ups, yes, my favorite word. Since when has the higher-ups ever cared about what the criminal investigation department did? As far as I can tell, they don't give a hoot if CYD is filled with cold cases, as long as we keep the spending low. When I need to view those whole case files though, they're locked away in the archives. You're gonna have to check with the higher-ups. I need access to these reports. See if the higher-ups will allow it. Every step, every move in this case, there is not one that has not been created by some authority. If it's not the chief, it's the commissioner. Or so they always tell me. It makes one wonder why they bother assigning it to anyone. Not a single one of them has done anything to help move the case. And they wonder why it has taken this long for even a hint of progress to show.
You can't just drop this on me. You can't just take me off like that.
Yes, I can. And I'm sorry, Ashton.
But we're so close to the truth! You can't!
You're a good detective. One of the best I've seen in years, but
3 years, Chief. 3 years!
3 goddamn years! And you do this to me? 3 years since that anonymous tech leak blew up. Since Luke Wright's name has been openly linked to several nasty dealings within the Luxburn corporate world, some of them involving deaths. Oh shoot. 3 years, and I'm the only one who has made it this far. Made much progress officer with more experience haven't been able to do when they handled this case. Just within a year and with barely any help from the damn brass at that. Of course, I'll be pissed.
Do you know what would have happened if I didn't work my ass off on this thing? If I didn't dedicate a whole year of my time on it? It would have gone cold, like every fucking case Luke Wright has been linked to. I saved this from getting thrown into the archives, sir. I'm getting close. If you could just...
We are getting close too, that's true.
I'm fully aware of what you've done, Frey. But the Commissioner hasn't been happy with your progress.
What?
Still too slow by their standards.
Too slow?
What the hell?
Well, what about those reports I filed? I've documented every freaking thing for them. I've given you every important lead I can gather. Isn't that enough?
They need results, not a bunch of research papers. Not one baseless assumption after another.
Well, if you want results, you need to do research.